Well, ladies and gentlemen, gamers and germs, welcome into everybody's favorite part of the year, myself included, the annual bank video from every single YouTuber that you are subscribed to. Genuinely though, I absolutely love filming bank videos. It's one of my most favorite things in RuneScape. However, let's be honest with each other here. It's pretty much always the same exact video every year. Everyone's like, oh, I got this item on my Iron Man. Oh, I finished Torva. And for the last, I don't know, 4 years on this account, it has also been that way. However, this year is significantly different. My bank has done a massive overhaul, and I'm excited to share it. There is one main reason why that happened. Bam! Oh, buddy, the Bloodhound. This was the longest goal on my account. I'm not kidding. I've wanted this for about 6 years. Ever since I learned that it exists, I want to say like 3 days into starting playing old school RuneScape, I decided I was going to get this account. Or pet, whatever. I'm cooked. Anyway, I was going to get this pet, and it took a while. It took until a few months ago. In fact, before I even talk about it, let's roll the clip, because I do have the clip of it happening. Germ, this one goes out to you. Good luck. Oh, buddy! Oh my god! Oh, it's over! I did it! Honestly, still gives me goose pimples, dude. My god. I genuinely, like, I was in shock for weeks after I got that. But yeah, here we are. This pet right here, this little fucking dog, cost me 20 billion GP to get. I'm not even kidding about that. We can do a little bit of napkin math right now. A Dragon Imp, at least currently, is about 500k. Now, I'm going to do all my math based on that, but when I bought most of my Implings, they were actually slightly more, but we're gonna err on the safe side here. It's 500k. It is 1 out of 50 for an elite clue, so it's essentially 25 million GP per clue to turn into Watson. And if you buy all the other Implings as well, it's about 30 million GP for one single master clue, considering you bought them all. Now, I got this bad boy on KC 1091. So if you do the math here, it's basically 30 billion GP. However, to be fair, I think I probably only bought about 600, maybe 700 of the master clues. The other 300 I got naturally. And as a result of getting this, I basically did an entire makeover of my bank. I liquidated several of my tabs that I don't use because I don't do clues anymore. I put all of my pets in my house, and I basically went super minimal, and I love the new bank. So we're gonna go ahead and show it to you guys. Bada bing, bada boom, here we go. 11 bills, sorry, I'm spoiling that part, but we'll get to it. So the first tab we have here is obviously runes and teleports. I've got my cash deck here. I've got all my capes, which now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really use any of these. These are mainly for clues. I have one set of Graceful, and I have my Crystal Crown. Now, I'm going to be honest, I put all of my other sets of Graceful in my POH, and I would have put this one in there too, but I never got the black Graceful cape because I went for this post-max. It was released when I maxed, and I had the max cape. I didn't need it, so I literally cannot store this in my house, so here it is. We also have all of our runes, we have miscellaneous teleports, yada yada, and the big boy right here, dude, this is our milk collection. We're sitting at 50 million buckets of milk, which if we take this out, spoiler alert, I already price checked it down there, I hope you didn't read that, 2.5 billion GP is how much my milk collection is worth. Now, my next goal, maybe we get to 69 million buckets of milk this year. I don't particularly want to spend too much money on milk because now that I've eradicated my giant money pit, the Bloodhound here, I can actually save money this year. I think my bank value is probably lower overall than what it was last year because I threw, dude, easily 10 to 15 bill this year alone on the Bloodhound. So I would be way more rich if I didn't do that. So I don't know. I might take a while to recuperate. 50 mil is a very clean number. And yeah, 69, and then ultimately like 100. I mean, realistically, I'll get this as high as it can go, but I don't foresee myself getting to 100 mil anytime soon, considering this took me 4 years. So we will see. I also have my Half Moon Spectacle collection. I'm currently wearing one, otherwise it'd be 469 because I'm bald. Not sure how that's related, but anyway, this is Runes and Teleports, very standard first tab. It's probably my most used tab overall, honestly. And as you can see at the top, we've got like 5 tabs. We really minimized how much we had. I think I was maxed out last year. So the next tab is, of course, our supplies. Got our Saturated Heart. I'm pretty sure that's not new. The Chugging Barrel is new. I don't really ever use this thing, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like, the setup is just it's too much work for me, so I don't really ever set it up. I still manually pot. Other than that, I have all of my potions. People keep flaming me for not having ranging potions and only bringing bastion potions. First of all, mind your business. Second of all, what are you poor? I also have my Guthix Rest because I do a lot of TOBs still. What is that? Cooked Moonlight Antelope. I don't really ever use that either, if I'm being honest, but yeah, miscellaneous supplies. And the tab that everybody wants to see, this is obviously the most important tab. It is the gear tab. And it's not wildly different from last year, but there are some pretty significant changes. Of course, we have all of our Slayer helmets. We've got our big collection here. I'm missing a couple. I don't know if I'm ever really going to add them, like the Araxor helm. And I'm pretty sure there's another one I'm missing. I don't care. But yeah, we have our Blood Torva. That's not new. We've got Masori, not new. Ancestral Crystal. None of this is particularly new. On the weapons, we have all the Mega Rares as normal. I do have the Elder Maul now. I got rid of the Dragon Warhammer because I don't really use it anywhere. There's nowhere that I need to spec that's one-handed. Zerite Crossbow, whatever. The Boppers. Ooh, these are new. This is from Moons of Peril, which is some of the best content that has been released. Even though it's not, you know, for me, it's for mid-levels. I think it's fantastic content for the game. We also have the new Demon Bane weapons. These are from Tormented Demons. I bought this one just to do the CAs. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't know. I also have the Scorching Bow, which is insanely useful for the new Zami method, which we're going to get to that. Zami is one of my biggest goals in the account right now. I've got the Burning Claws, and I think that's about it that's new as well. Oh yeah, we've got the Rancor. That's new. That's from Araxor. And I have Pieces of Virtus, also again for the Zami method, that I'll talk about it in a bit. Now on to our 4th tab. This is pretty minimal. This is my skilling tab. This is the one that I probably deleted the most of. I just have a few various currencies and baits up here. I've got the sand that Bert delivers to my bank. How much is that worth? 2.3 mil, not bad. I've got Balls of Wool, Tarn's Dowry for salves, and I also have my Spirit Angler, which normally I would keep in my house with the rest of my skilling outfits, but I actually use this on Temperos Tuesday, because that's another pet that we're slowly but surely going for. And this right here is our Slayer and Miscellaneous Gear tab. I actually think this one looks pretty cool. I like this. We have all of the capes that we don't really use. These are like the miscellaneous capes that I can't really justify getting rid of. We have a Parched Infernal cape in case you want to go to the wilderness. Let's see, we have our cannon here. We also have still about 350,000 granite cannonballs. I guess this is dust, but you know what I mean. I think last year's bank video, the cannonball stack itself was 150,000, so I have blown through about 70,000 granite cannonballs this year. Just doing Turiel skipping. I don't even know what these are from. I think from Moons of Peril as well. Got a lot of Ancient Shards. We have 16 Scurious Spines, which might seem like a lot. I actually have this many because I filmed the Sweaty Sunday Scurious. This must have been like 6 or 7 months ago. And you might be saying, what the hell, dude? We did not see a Sweaty Sunday at Scurious. And you're right. I completely scrapped the video because of how fucking awful it was, dude. Oh my god, it was so boring. Scurious doesn't drop loot. Like, there's nothing for me to talk about. I just turned on auto retaliate and killed the boss. That was the entire, dude. Oh my god, it was rough. I was like kind of sick. It was just one of the worst days of my life, dude. For 8 hours straight. Don't do that. It's not good for your mental health. Let's see, we have all the Kyruses, we have gems, we've got the DT2 quartz things, we have all of our, I guess, trophies is what you can call them. Here are my Turiel tokens. I've got 12 of these, which is pretty good. That's all from Turiel skipping. There's some stuffed head that I'm missing. I don't know what it is. I'm never going to get it, so I don't particularly care. That's fine. And here are... Oh, dude. These are... I feel terrible having clues stacked up in my bank, but I just don't do clues anymore, so I don't want to get them as drops because they're annoying to have on the ground. So they're just sitting in purgatory in my bank, and that's where they're going to remain forever, unless there's some sort of massive clue update that, you know, requires me to do more clues, but I don't see that happening. And here is the final tab. This is just the loot and junk tab. I have some collectibles here. 2 spare dust from both raids. Oh god, 2 Tanzanite mutagens. Oh my god. I have been going for a magma mutagen forever. It is my #1 goal on RuneScape now that the Bloodhound's done. And this year I got 2 spare Tanzanites. I have 3 total. I got 2 extra. I have no magma, and I also have a clip of that, so you can check that out here. That was a good time. Spare kits, we got our Blood Torva thing, we have morphs for pets and stuff that I do not have, and then Araxide heads. Don't really know to do this. I normally just let this get to about here, this level of full, and then I will dump it. I'll just sell all the stuff, get the money, who cares? I don't particularly care about keeping this too particularly organized. So yeah, we have 389 slots filled on the bank, and I'm pretty sure last year it was like 800. I downsized my bank so insanely. When I sold everything and took everything out that I didn't want it anymore, I had 400 mil of trash. I'm not kidding. 400 million GP of stuff that I just was never going to use again and didn't care about using, which is insane to think about. It doesn't feel like it would be that bloated, but it was. And yeah, this is the result. I really like the way this looks now. I'm still missing a few things in the gear department, if you can't tell. I'm actually missing kind of a lot, but none of it is particularly useful to me besides maybe the Soul Reaper axe. I need that for Vardorvis, but we'll go ahead and, I don't know, we'll get into that too. And bam, beautiful, pretty, gorgeous, fantastic. But of course, that is only half the battle here, all right? Because that's not just about the bank, dude. We're also talking about our account, our goals, and at the end I'll give you guys sorry, I burped. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek into the personal life of TastyLife. I'll put on Subway Surfers again as well, so you guys enjoyed that last year, so I'll do it this time as well. Obviously 126 combat, 2277. We've been maxed for like 5 years at this point. However, this time next year, all right, next year's big video might not look like this, dude. Sailing is going to come out very likely in 2025, so hopefully that's going to be 2376. I think I did that right. Who cares? Total XP, we're at 973 mil. Actually, we're going to get to 1 bill this year, and probably pretty soon. I'm not a skiller. I don't care about post-max XP, but that feels cool. I'm actually really excited to get to 1 bill. That's going to be sweet. We did get 200 million strength about a month ago, which is I didn't even realize I was going to get it until my XP drops started having like that red like no sign by them. And I was like, oh, cool. We hit it. Hit points, 165. That's creeping up. Range is 180. That'll probably get there. Otherwise, I don't know. This all is pretty much, yeah, I guess Slayer's kind of high and Farming's kind of high. But other than that, I don't really care about post-max XP. I don't do any of that. I'm missing a quest. I thought I had a quest cape. Apparently not. That's fine. I don't care. Achievement diaries, all done. Combat achievements. GM, by the way, of course, we keep that up to date. Oh, buddy, the hell. Actually, you get in my inventory. And the playtime, 491 days, dude. Oh my god. Okay. That's like 12,000 hours. That is an insane amount of playtime. But whatever, let's go ahead and pop up the collection log. I'm going to show you guys the important logs to look at and talk about the goals on this account because they're probably pretty different from around this time last year. I actually achieved kind of a lot on this account. And I want to start off by very first scrolling all the way down, all right, all the way down to this nasty little boss collection log and clicking. I'm okay. I'm actually kind of embarrassed about this. Since I got the Bloodhound, my second longest running goal on this account has been the Magma Mutagen, as I was talking about in the bank video. We have a 12,335 Zulrah KC with no Magma Mutagen. It is not going well. I'm not too upset though. I don't mind Zulrah, and actually as of like the middle of this year, it's been pretty like valuable. The GP per hour is actually relatively high, so it's not a complete waste of time to do anymore like it has been in the past, but regardless, I still like to warm up my stream every day with maybe 30 minutes to an hour of Zulrah, get the clicks going, say hi to everybody. It's pretty low effort, which twitch.tv/TastyLife, by the way. Oh, we could talk about the whole kick debacle as well. That'll be fun. I'll cover that in the personal life section at the end. Now, as for the rest of the collection log, there's nothing crazy important. Araxor is one of my biggest pet hunts this year. I've already got 1,400 KC, which is not a huge amount, but not bad. We've got, oh yeah, 2 fangs. Oh yeah, 2 fangs. Sorry, that's what that is. 2 fangs, 2 halberds, and now I'm destroying loot, just going for the pet. I don't particularly care about the jar, that's fine. I did end up getting the Dagonoth Rex pet because they added that DK shortcut this year, and I gave it, I tried it for literally like, I don't know, I did one day, I was like, okay, let's go do a DK's task, and I got the pet, which is super cool. Let's see, DAWGS, I had that pet last year, I'm pretty sure. Forest Coliseum, maybe the single best piece of content they have added since the Inferno. I love the Coliseum. I think it was really, really fun. I hunted the pet, 108 KC, green log the entire thing, and I made about 1 billion GP. So it was very good to me. It was very nice. Shout out Coliseum. It's very fun. Huey Codal, yeah, I don't care about that. And let's just elephant in the room, dude. This is my #1 pet hunt on the account right now. Kirill Sutsaroth. Now, last year I had about 1,800 KC. And this year I've got a little over 5,200, so roughly 1,500 KC in the last year, which honestly seems low. However, most of the time I was doing the T-bow method, which is pretty slow. That's like 25 kills an hour. I just recently switched to the Scorching Bow method, which is so nice, so AFK, and so much faster. It's actually kind of insane. Probably upwards of like 30 kills an hour, I want to say. It's very, very quick. And yeah, we got 47 spears. I mean, we're pretty much on array for everything besides Staff of the Dead, but Zami doesn't give you money. Ever since TOA was released, the spear is basically worthless. It's like 2.6 mil right now, so really, who cares about that? I lose money here. Gross. Sorry again. I lose money here, and I want the pet to, I just want this one to be over. We're over rate. It's 1 out of 5,000, and we broke that about a month ago. Anyway, please JagX, I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, another boss I want to cover, like I said, is Vardorvis. This is the DT2 boss I have spent the longest amount of time on because I really like the pet. Duke is my favorite. We got pretty spooned on Duke, so cannot complain here. And I've been at Vardorvis for a long, I've probably gotten about 2,000 kills of Vardorvis this year. We've gone pretty hard on Vardy. Once we get that, we'll do Whisper, and then after Whisper, we'll probably end with Leviathan, because all the DT2 pets is kind of like a mini goal I set for myself, so that'll be fun. Bad news, though, I have roughly 4,000 to 5,000 combined DT2 boss kills, so all 4 of the bosses, and I don't have a single axe head. I'm not kidding. I don't have one single axe piece from 5,000 kills of DT2 bosses, which is really unlucky. And it's very poopy, and I would like one. But anyway, Vardorvis is really fun. I do not mind farming it at all. It's actually pretty sick. So yeah, that's basically that in a nutshell. Muspa's kind of taking a back seat here. I don't hugely care about hunting that pet right now. It's decent. I like Muspa, but I have a hard time farming it for long periods just because the sheer amount of gear switching it's rough, and then I don't want to camp a T-bow because then kills are going to take 4 minutes, and that's a complete waste of time. Ooh, also, before I forget, one of my main goals that's not a pet this year, that's not the Magma Mutagen, is the Cumulet, dude. I need the pet, and then I can get the trimmed Rancor. I think that will be pretty sweet. And I've already got the Morph, and my girlfriend thinks that pet is really, really cute, so I promised her I'd get it, so that's on the list, buddy. Fuck you, Kree, you suck balls. Anyway, let's check out the raids log. Chambers, I have zero intention of ever setting foot in the Chambers of Zarek again. I've got my pet, I've got 2 dusts, and I think I actually technically have green log Chambers of Zarek for all the items, but it was pre-collection log, so they're not going to appear. Theater Blood, bada bing, bada boom, green logged. I still love it. I'm still going to do it. I'm at like 2,300 KC, 2,400, and it's just good money. It's good fun. I love raiding with my friends. I like carrying hardcores. Rest in peace, T-Papa Slice. Actually, his hardcore died this year, and that's where I did pretty much all my Theater of Blood, was just carrying his hardcore. He died in TOA because he's dumb, but that must have been like 300 of my KC this year was just T-Papa. And Teams of Masket, not a fan of this raid, if I'm being honest. It just does not tickle me in all the right ways. I have like a full script written out about why I hate TOA, and it's basically a 20-minute rant about TOA, but I have yet to pull the trigger and record and film it, because I don't know if people really care about watching it, but I don't know, it's got some good points. If you would like to hear my thoughts on TOA, my unfiltered thoughts, let me know in the comments and I could release that as well. Interestingly, I do have all of the gear green logged. I've got pretty much, I don't know, I got really lucky with this, actually. I got very little dupes of the really common items. We got a shadow, no pet. I don't care. I do care. I have the pet on leagues, so that's insane, but I don't have it in the main game, which is unfortunate. I don't plan on farming it really anytime soon, but yeah, we'll get there eventually. Now, I did show my clue log last year. However, it's a lot different this year, obviously, because of the master clues, because of the Bloodhound. So that's the only one we're going to look at, and it's pretty nuts, actually. If we check this out, we have 41 out of 49 slots. Bloodhound, thank God. 6 third age rings. I don't want to talk about that. The Zamorak Godsword kit has managed to evade me for pretty much ever, literally forever. Yeah, and the Dragon Kite Shield Arm kit, this is actually insanely rare. This is like a rare drop table thing, I think. So, not super pissed that I don't have that. Same with the Mummy and Anku. Those are also similar rarity to the Dragon Kite Shield. However, I do have 3 pieces of Anku. I've got a piece of Mummy. Can't be mad. Everything else in the log I do have. And actually, let's look at this. Yeah, I've got, if you count Bucket Helms as gilded, I've got 7 pieces of gilded. That's not it. That's not good. I don't have any third age also, by the way. 0 third age. I don't have any. It pisses me off, dude. I want third age so bad. That was one of my mini goals, but now that I have the Bloodhound, I'm not going to dump money into just getting third age. It's not important enough for me. Mini games, who cares? Other... Yeah, also not really anything too interesting here. I only got a few pets this year. I did not go crazy heavy on the pet. Oh, son of a bitch. He better not be talking to me. He's talking to me, isn't he? Yeah. Hold up. I'm like 20 minutes into my bank video, man. Anyway, yeah, nothing of note here. I would like to go a little bit harder on the pets this year. If I could get 6 pets, 1 pet every 2 months, I think that's pretty good, but I would have to, I'd have to go pretty hard. Excellent. Oh, this son of a bitch, dude. So, all right, you made it to the video, buddy. Drops went. When is this going to release? January 1st, maybe IDK. Probably. Cool. Is there anything else I care about in here? No, not really. Slayer? No. Miscellaneous? No. Who cares? Yeah. Okay. We have been rambling for quite a while, and that about sums up the account and everything we've achieved this year. Obviously, Bloodhound being the biggest one. A small TLDR of all of my goals. Magmutagen, Zammy Pet. I want the Cumulet, Vardorvis, Muspa, and... that's pretty much it. Who is Tasty? TTV/Coxy. And find out. All right. Cool. We got that. Shout out Coxy. Oh, wait. Nope. Sorry. I lied. Let's go to the house, dude. I got to give you guys a little house tour before we do a life update. Bada bing. Bada boom. It's, I think, the same as last year. I don't think I've changed anything. But yeah, this is all the pets in the flesh. I love going to my house and just seeing all the pets roaming around. It does. It genuinely looks so cool. I would love to see all like 62 pets in here at some point. That would look absolutely insane. It's like a fucking daycare. Anyway, let's go to the bank. I'm gonna gear up and do some sacred eel fishing, just like I did last year. All right, and I'll pop on some Subway Surfers, and I'll tell you guys everything that you want to know. All right. Oh man, 2024, dude. What a year. This has been, dude, it is a fucking doozy, man. I don't know about you guys, but I've talked to a lot of people where this year specifically was just, it was unrelenting, man. It was so much, so often. Like, I just feel like I didn't get a break at all this year. And not that that's like necessarily a complaint. I was actually going to start off by saying, in a lot of ways, this was one of the best years of my life, definitely. I achieved a lot of personal goals that were not objectively measured, right? Not like career goals necessarily, not financial goals, anything like that. More of character, personal goals, you know, treating myself a little bit better, interacting with the world around me in a slightly healthier way. And that's also in big part due to my lovely girlfriend who I started dating at the start of this year. Melba, you all know her. You well, okay, you maybe don't all know her, but if you tune into my stream, you probably do know her. You've probably seen her. That's been going very lovely, and I do credit her with a lot of my growth this year. I'm leaving my neckbeard nest out of my virgin RuneScape player life, and it's been a doozy. You know, like there's a lot of unforeseen events that could not have been planned for this year that I definitely had to tackle, which did contribute to I don't know, some things that I'm happy with happening, some things I'm pretty proud of. But also on the flip side, and this is not like I don't mean this in a pity party way, I guess, but 2024 was probably the worst year of my life in a myriad of ways that were just like out of my control. Like I was just getting hit out of left field with things. And I don't really ever talk about that kind of stuff on stream or on YouTube. I tend to keep my personal life pretty private. Because I don't know, I like keeping my content more of like a positive bastion, because I know a lot of people, you know, a lot of you guys also deal with stuff, you struggle with stuff, and when you know, tune into a live stream, you'd prefer to have it be like distracting, you know, like have it be fun, not just like tune in and be like, oh, my dog died, my dad died, my, you know, like shit like that, which totally understandable, which unrelated but actually slightly related. This year ended off, unfortunately my grandfather passed away a couple weeks ago. So this is, I mean, I don't really talk about this stuff online too much. And this is like the first time and probably the only time I'll really announce it. But just to give you guys like a small taste of what's going on, like it's been relentless. And again, I don't mean this in a pity party way. I actually kind of mean it in almost a positive way, because it made me really, really grateful for a lot of the people that I have surrounded myself with this year. I think I've got a really good support network, and I'm eternally grateful to everybody who watches my videos, everybody watches, you know, Behemeth, especially everyone who tunes into my live stream. Like I'm very happy with what my community has been this year, with all the turbulence, dude. It's been insane, especially because I moved to Kick for like half a year, which is a whole story in and of itself. I'll definitely be talking about that in a sec, but yeah, it's just, oh my God, it has been a fucking doozy. And like I said, it's been almost good, because in a lot of ways it's basically like, hey dude, you gotta buck the fuck up and get stuff done, because the world's not gonna stop, you know, like shit's not pausing around you. But I think a fun thing to kick into would probably be dude, no pun intended, would be going to Kick for approximately 7 months. Actually, exactly 7 months was how long my contract was. Why I joined, why I left, etc., etc. And also why basically the entire RuneScape section came with me. We all went together, and then we all basically left together. The answer might actually surprise you. I know a lot of people probably have assumptions about why any of this happened, but I'll share as much as I'm pretty sure I'm legally allowed to share. There's not a lot of like secrets in the industry, but yeah, I'll be as upfront as I possibly can about all of this, because I'm sure people are curious as well. So when did this happen? This started in February of this year, where there was the mass Kick signing. It was roughly 35 people, I think, 35 RuneScape creators specifically were signed over to the Kick.com streaming platform, which is a place with a sordid history for sure, and it's got a fairly bad reputation. Some of it is absolutely deserved. Some of it I don't think necessarily is deserved. But for one reason or another, morally, I had no issue with going over there. But again, we'll get into it. They actually contacted me and many other streamers as well, like probably 6 months prior to everybody signing. But the thing is, they talked to all of us individually. And a lot of us didn't even see numbers, like they didn't offer us a certain amount of money. They just wanted to check if we were interested in this. And frankly, when they talked to me the first time, I was like, dude, no. You have one person on there, it's Odablock. He kills it. He's doing great. I'm sure he makes disgusting money there. But when he logs off, the highest viewed streamer has like 25 viewers. And I could not for the life of me stream to a completely dead chat. It would be so fucking boring to me for 8 hours a day. Like it would be an immense amount of money, far more than I am ever even remotely close to being worth, to go over there and do that. I would much rather get paid half of that and have the community that I have. And so I said no initially, and so did everybody else. Nobody wanted to go over there and just be fucking alone, because that would suck. Odablock has a massive audience, so he doesn't have that problem. But, he's really the only RuneScape streamer that would ever apply to, because he's, the biggest RuneScape streamer that we probably ever had. Now, with that being said, I think they started to get an idea. And I remember talking to Bodhi at TwitchCon 2023 in Vegas. So not this, it was like probably a year and a few months ago, where we initially had this conversation where we both kind of mutually agreed that, it would be nice to have a stable, like, hourly pay in the form of Kick. It's really good for streamers to have that. Like, it's very motivating. It's really nice. It makes content creation a lot more fun. Some people will take that and milk it and just treat it as a retirement house, but myself and a lot of others would take that opportunity and really kind of ride with it. And we were like, wow, it'd be great if, the community was not completely fucking dead over there. And like I said, it totally was. It was empty. No one was streaming there. However, if, we could get a big group of people to go over there, then we would have some semblance of a community. Like, if we got 20 of like the top RuneScape streamers to move over there, that would be a big chunk of audience, and it wouldn't be dead when someone got off. Like, if Foe was there and he got off, like, the community wouldn't die, because there'd be 10 other big streamers on there that they could migrate to, and it would kind of form like a new little community. It would bring in viewers from Kick that don't really go on Twitch for whatever reason. And it would be, in our minds, it would have been fairly successful, and it would have been an interesting offer, and it would have been an opportunity for sure to maybe grab the horns of a streaming website that had potential, which, that's a whole other discussion, whether or not Kick really has potential. I've gotten mixed thoughts about it, but at the time, it sounded like a really fun, really interesting opportunity. And then we kind of just forgot about it after that until probably about a month and a half, 2 months later, I was approached again by Kick, and, the whisperings, they started rumbling through the streamers, through the, I guess, the back end of the content creation society, because all the streamers are pretty much friends for the most part. Like, we all talk to each other. RuneScape streamers are cool. Like, there's very little beef between people. At least all the big streamers. Like, everyone's cool. Everyone talks to each other. And we started hearing these whisperings of, a mass deal, like a big group deal with Kick, and who would be interested. And initially, I'm not going to say names who ended up not taking the deal, because that's not my place. I'll speak mostly for myself here. I don't want to leak information that anyone else is not particularly comfortable with. But there were like 50 to 60 RuneScape streamers that were, and I mean like big RuneScape streamers that were considering taking the deal, who ultimately didn't, because it just didn't quite make sense for them with the standings that they had on Twitch and the sponsors they had, which would not move over to Kick. things like that. Like financially, they just make so much that it would, like, Kick wouldn't be willing to pay them enough to transfer over. So understandable for them. But we did end up getting, I think it was 34 or 35 streamers exactly that signed with Kick in the initial wave. And like we all basically talked to each other and like, hey, this would be pretty fucking cool. And obviously, like, the money was good. Like, the money was very good. I don't want to give you guys numbers because like, I would tell you guys what I made. I have no problems with that. But if I tell you what I made, then people would be able to kind of extrapolate that information and guess what other streamers are making. And they might not be comfortable with that information being shared. But for reference, they offered me essentially double what I was making on Twitch. And on top of that, I also got subs on Kick, which you get 95% of. And so I ended up on my best month making like 4 times as much as what I would have made on Twitch, which is insane. Like, you can't, that is such a hard thing to say no to in the moment. And so obviously the money was a massively driving factor. Like, if that kind of money was not on the table, nobody would entertain the deal, obviously. And Kick knew that. And so we all kind of talked to each other and we were like, hell yeah, I think this could be fun. Like, this could be really cool if we all did this. You know, like, there's a lot of opportunities for collaboration. And fun fact, I'll talk about this later, the Big Dogs group Hardcore. That was initially supposed to be a group Hardcore for everybody that transferred over to Kick. We were going to get 5 of us that were Kick streamers and started off, which we had 4. One of them ended up not taking the deal. The second one ended up dropping out. And so it ended up just being me and Jesse, the only 2 Kick streamers on the thing. T-Papa said no to his deal. Prison Joe was going to be there. He said no. And then obviously we had No Monkey, who was on Kick for a month, but then left for his own reasons, which I won't talk about, but you can ask him if you want. I'm not sure if he shares that personally. Anyway, it was a very exciting opportunity, and like, I'll be honest, I know a lot of people probably aren't expecting me to say this, but I very much enjoyed Kick. There were flaws, absolutely. There are some pretty big downsides to Kick. Like, obviously, the greater community is fucking dog shit. Like, Aiden Ross chatters, disgusting. It's just, you know, like, it's people you don't really want to be associated with. But the whole RuneScape community came over, and everyone in the RuneScape community was sick. Like, it was its own little crew of people all over Kick, just from RuneScape. They only really watch RuneScape streamers, and everybody was sick. Like, everyone was super, super nice. I think, like, realistically, my viewers got cut, like, in half, which is really not bad when you think about it, considering Kick is maybe 1/10 the size of Twitch, if that. But the community felt a lot tighter. It was a lot nicer because I could actually respond to every single message. And like, that's what I love about streaming is that it's fun. You know, it's fun having that community aspect, the communication. I'm not that good at RuneScape, so no one watches me for that. Like, you know, like, I'm not playing like horror games or something that people don't really necessarily want to type at. I want to foster like a good sense of community, and that was like very fun on Kick. The hype was also insane when it started. Like, it was going crazy over there for sure. And then things kind of settled into a sense of normalcy, and I never disliked streaming on Kick. Occasionally, like, if they would put me on the front page, which is very nice of them. That's very lovely that they really did care about the community when I joined. But when they did that, then I would get like the riffraff from Kick, and they would come in and they would like say the N-word or something, and I'd have to ban them. And it was just like, oh, you know, it's like a thing. It's not particularly fun. But the first probably 4 months were absolutely incredible. We had just the nicest partner manager, a guy named ABZ. He's the one who signed all of us on, got us very good deals. He was responsive to all of our, even like criticism, things about the site, things that needed fixing. Like, he would listen and he would get it done. And it was a level of care and respect that you will never get on Twitch. The only people who have that on Twitch are people who have been streaming for 10 years and they have, 5,000-10,000 viewers. Like, that is, and even then, like, they don't really fucking care about them that much. But on Kick, I really felt like they cared about us and they liked us. And it was nice having someone I could talk to affiliated with the site, help me relieve my problems. Because Kick was a buggy site, like, you know, for sure. But we had a direct line, and it felt good. Then, unfortunately, he ended up leaving the company to pursue other things, and a new partner manager stepped in, who I never talked to. I don't know who it was, really. But this person was a lot more kind of business. And, like, being fucking super real, they overpaid the fuck out of us, right? We didn't deserve the amount of money that they gave us. We're RuneScape streamers. We don't have that many, like, we're not that big of a game, right? We don't have some sort of mass appeal. I get that the experiment was they wanted to, instead of buying, you know, giant streamers like XQCs or Aiden Ross that brings over 50,000 people, but as soon as they end, like, they're clicking off the site. You know, I think what they wanted to do was foster an actual community by 30 streamers that would bring over an entire gaggle of people who would stay, and it would naturally grow. Because that's the one thing that Twitch had that Kick never had. Like, Twitch has been here for 10 years. The sense of community is crazy over there. Or I guess over here, because I stream on Twitch now too. And I think that was their goal, was to seed a organic community, if you will. And I also do think it would have worked if they gave it enough time. But anyway, we signed a 4-month contract, and then we signed a 3-month contract with a new partner manager. And at the end of the 3-month contract, we were waiting. It was like 2 weeks out from when our contracts expired, and we had not received new offers. You know, we got nothing from upper management, which is, you know, like, we should start receiving them by now. It wasn't super worrying, but it was like, hey, we're cutting it close. Like, let's get this show on the road. And then it's a week. And we're like, hey, guys, like, what's going on? And our management's telling us, like, yeah, they said they'd get back to us. They've ghosted, like, we called them 3 times. They've ghosted us every time, yada, yada, yada. And we're like, oh, like, this doesn't sound fucking good. 3 days before the contract, 2 days, 1 day before the contract. We're getting, like, strung along. They're like, yeah, we'll send it to you guys, you know? And then Kick, they never did. They never sent us contracts, and all of our contracts expired pretty much on the same day. If you remember, it was in like September, I think. All of the RuneScape streamers started streaming once again on Twitch, and it was also hype when that happened, dude. It was sick having everyone come back, and, you know, like, the vibes were just super high, even though realistically we just lost out a shit ton of money. But, like, that's only worth, the community is only worth sacrificing up until a certain point. And we were just confused. Like, why have they, this is super unprofessional. Why have they ghosted us? It's kind of messed up. 2 days after our contracts expire, we actually get word from the new contract manager, or the partner manager. And they're like, yeah, sorry about that. You know, we've been having a lot of internal dialogue about how we are handling contracts. And, like, basically, they told us to fuck off, is more or less what happened. They decided they're only going to sign, you know, new streamers to Kick with, like, really, you have to have basically like 1,000+ viewers. It's really, really hard to get a Kick contract now. Like, you have to be the top 1% of streamers for them to offer you a Kick contract. And that's on Twitch. And so, like, we're never going to hit those numbers because we've been on Kick, where you have, you know, 1/10 of the audience. Like, no one's getting 1,000 viewers on Kick, besides, like, Bodhi, who had signed at that point. You know, he's, like, the only guy, and Odablock, obviously. That's pretty much it. So they ended up auto-enrolling all of the streamers in KCIP. It's Kick Creator Incentive Program. I think that's what it is, where it's performance-based, and they give you a certain amount of money based on how many viewers you have per hour. It takes, like, your average viewers. And frankly, dude, it was fucking insulting. It's not Kick's fault. They just didn't want to give us contracts. Like, I get that. It's not their fault that dude, I would have gotten essentially, like, maybe if I was lucky, I would have gotten like $20 an hour, maybe. Probably not including ramp up time, because that also dings your average a lot. I would have gotten like $15 an hour to stream RuneScape, which, like, for a lot of people, that probably sounds enticing. Right? Like, that sounds very nice. But you also have to realize, like, I have Behemeth. I have my own YouTube channel. Like, that is not monetarily worth it for me to stream for that much when I could stream on Kick or I could stream on Twitch half the amount of hours and make that money. It's just that with Twitch, like, it stops there. Like, it just, you know, streaming more hours on Kick or on Twitch doesn't necessarily give you more money, because most of the subs and stuff happen like in the first 2 hours of your stream, and then after that it's just kind of, you know, you're streaming because you like to stream and it's fun. And so we were like, okay, that's cool. Like, we actually, I wasn't even told that we weren't getting new contracts. I got an email that was like, hey, you've been, you know, accepted into the KCIP program. And I was just, it was kind of insulting, dude. I just kind of laughed. I was like, okay, I guess Kick is over. Realistically, they just didn't see the growth that they wanted to with the investment. And I understand that they wanted kind of an intangible, which is difficult, obviously, to measure because it's an intangible, and the metrics themselves did not do enough to justify them spending that kind of money. Not that they don't have the money, by the way. They're owned by Stake.com. They're owned by the same guy who owns Stake.com, so they've got, like, that website generates billions of dollars a year. Like, they're fine, dude. What does a website cost to run, dude? $4 a month? Like, they're chilling, right? But I don't know. I get it. We're not owed that money. Like, we don't deserve a Kick contract. That's a silly way to think about it. But yeah, it ended up being kind of a blessing in disguise, because it's just so much more fun streaming on Twitch. Like, it really is. The community is a lot better. You know, you get a lot more viewers. It's just more fun overall. The thing about Kick that was really nice, though, was the fact that, you know, you had like a guaranteed paycheck, and there was a really big sense of stability that made you feel comfortable, and not like the normal mental health burden that content creation has on content creators, you know? I will say, though, even past the financial aspect, I did enjoy streaming on Kick for a lot of reasons. I think it really taught me to be a better streamer overall. Like, it gave me a bigger picture. Like, it allowed me to be more consistent, stream longer hours without burning out, and kind of learn how to pace myself. The community was pretty cool over there. All the other streamers I met were nice. But that is a chapter of my life that is closed. No regrets, honestly. If you got a Kick deal and you didn't take it, you're stupid. It was free money. You should have fucking taken it. And you know, it's just nice being back too. But yeah, that's the Kick saga. I'm looking at my video now. This is gonna be a really long video. This is gonna be an insane ramble, because I've got some more stuff to talk about. But yeah, that is the Kick portion. Let's talk about Big DAWGS. Big DAWGS Group Hardcore Ironman. My first foray into a serious Ironman, into a serious hardcore, and to group hardcore at all. So before I start, it was fun. I had a great time. I have no regrets, even with the way it ended. I think it was very, very fun. The group ended up being myself, T-Papa Slice, one of my very good friends, Jessie was in there as well. You may know her as Bodhi's girlfriend, the British lady. Yes, lad, that one. We had Seder, aka Say Bay Bay, the ex-Mormon king, the mushroom god, and then the one and only No Monkey, dude, the myth, the man, the legend. He was the fifth and final addition to the team. We had 5 people. Prison Joe ended up dropping out, so it was the 4 of us, and we were like, I don't know, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, we're supposed to launch like pretty soon. And so I ended up, I texted No Monkey. I have his phone number, dude. We're neighbors, kind of. We live pretty close to each other. So I've hung out with him in real life, and I texted him, and I was like, hey, do you want to join a group hardcore Ironman? And he, like, I was expecting no, because he talks shit about Iron Man all the time. But I was like, we're just gonna throw it out there, because I like No Monkey. I think he's a really good streamer. He's a very good player. So I just wanted to just shoot it off in the dark. Fun fact, we almost had Torvesta on the team. That would have been funny, but the scheduling didn't really line up for him. So that one kind of passed. Would have been pretty cool, but yeah, No Monkey texted me back and he's like, yeah, sure. Fuck yeah, we'll do it. And I was like, oh shit. All right, let's go. And the first like, I don't know, few weeks of it were so fun, dude. Oh my god, some of the most fun I have ever had playing RuneScape. Like, it was just sick having everyone in Discord and like hanging out. And I don't know, like the content was just pretty good. But then after a couple weeks, schedules started to diverge. Like, we weren't all on at the same time. Jessie, I think, got a job or finished school or something. So, and she's British. She had a much harder time playing with us. And then, you know, Seder has a weird schedule. So it's basically just me and T-Papa in Discord most of the time, hanging out. And then No Monkey stopped joining Discord because he wanted to film, you know, YouTube videos for the account or whatever. And we all kind of drifted off into mainly just doing solo content, which, I mean, I tried my best to rouse people. Rouse? I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Try best to rouse people into doing some group content. I know Seder want to do some group content. And, you know, we were moderately successful. I had a good time, but I think ultimately we were just fairly, like, we didn't have quite a solid plan, as solid as we would have liked. And so what ended up happening is we all just kind of drifted off and started doing mainly solo content. And again, this was also pretty much all of our first attempts at group hardcore, so we didn't really understand like the dynamics of the team. We were all kind of going in blind and seeing how this would work out. And I mean, for the most part, it was pretty good. Then at the end, after like 2 months, No Monkey ended up leaving. He just, like, you know, told us in Discord, he's like, hey, like, I'm just not having fun. There's not a lot of like cohesion. We don't have like a solid plan. And, you know, like Seder went and soloed the first Cox, yada, yada, yada. And I'm not taking sides or pointing any fingers on this one. I feel like all of us probably could have handled it slightly better. But at the end of the day, dude, I've got no beef with anyone. I still like everybody. But it just kind of like crumbled. We actually, dude, we have 1 life left on the team. Hold up. I'm gonna hold up 1 second, actually. Oh, yeah. Okay. Totally lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was talking about, but okay. Only a couple more topics to cover. This is going to be like a fucking hour and a half long. But if you guys like podcast style rambles, then good. I hope this helps you through your skill and grind. Anyway, I guess the only thing left to talk about is, number 1, Behemeth. That's actually been going well. I know last year's ramble, I was, stating how it was kind of hard to get into the rhythm, and I overestimated or underestimated rather the amount of work that would go into it. But I feel like we've really found our groove as a team this year, and I don't know, it's feeling nice. I'm actually still really enjoying it. I think it's really fun. You know, and it's, I just like the concept of the channel. I know a lot of people are like, you know, low effort, steals clips, you know, clickbaits, whatever. I still have always thought it was a valuable service to the community, even before I bought it, and that's partially why. It genuinely is, it's really fun. Even with all the terrible comments, that comment section is genuinely awful. I don't know why YouTube comments are like that. I really don't. But if you're one of the people who watches that every day, we appreciate it. It's very nice. If you comment nice things, also, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And the final thing to talk about is my own personal YouTube channel, which I wish I uploaded more last year. That's, I think, one of the things I am a little bit upset that I wasn't more consistent on. That's always been, you know, relatively elusive to me. I've had a hard time being really consistent on YouTube just because I've always preferred streaming so much. And, you know, with Kick this year, I was streaming 150, 200 hours a month. Like, it was a good bit of streaming to be doing along with Behemeth and still uploading YouTube videos. I know, like, it's probably some of you guys would laugh at this, but I did have some 80-hour work weeks. Like, it was a pretty significant amount, you know. But again, I can't really complain because it really is a dream job, and many people would kill to be where I am. So I'm definitely still incredibly grateful, and I think that's one of the biggest things I would like to work on this year is just straight up my discipline. I think that's been the weakest aspect of me as a content creator, if I'm just being like super fucking open with you guys. That's probably the one thing that I need to work on the most. I have been doing a lot better in my personal life as of last couple months with it as well. I had a really tough time in the gym this year. Like, I was not as consistent as I would have liked with lifting, and I just frankly didn't have the joy and the passion and the motivation that I once had. And this might be disgusting. I'm sorry if this offends you, but I've actually taken up running. and cardio in the last 2 months, and something about it, I just have really been liking it, and I'm not gonna ask too many questions. I'm just gonna I'm gonna grab the thread and I'm just gonna pull it, dude. I'm not gonna think. I'm just gonna keep going, and you know, maybe I'll sign up for like a half marathon or something this next year. Give me something to train for. I think that'd be a good time. But yeah, I don't know, man. I wanted to make this more of like a discussion, so you guys could, you know, update me on your life. I know it might seem weird to like ask random commenters to update me on their lives, but I do like hearing about you guys, you know, even if you're not someone that I would necessarily, you know, recognize their name, you're not someone who comments a lot on my videos. I do like hearing about you guys, and I don't know, the things you're doing this year, the things you went through last year. If you, you know, if you feel like it's something you want to do, then go ahead and leave a comment, dude. I really would love to hear from you guys. I'm having a hard time ending this video, dude. I don't really know what to say anymore. I had a good time recording this, though. This is always fun. This is always kind of cathartic. I feel like it's a great way to just... Oh yeah, sorry. The last thing before I go, dude, I have an incredible, insane YouTube series. I know we were just talking about this. I completely forgot to add this on. I have quite an undertaking that I have been working on for probably a month and a half, doing just general theory crafting, organizing, because this is a series that technically, I'll leak a little bit. It's going to be an Iron Man series, but that's not the point. Like, the account will be an Iron Man, but you'll see. It's going to require a lot of planning. It's going to be very expensive to pull off, and it's going to require like dozens of people to help. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to spoil it, but I am really excited for it. I'm going to kick off filming probably in about a week. I still have a few things to smooth over, but it's going to be fun, dude. I really hope it does well. Even if it doesn't particularly take off, like, I'm going to see it through to the end, because I just think this is going to be such a fun project for me. So I hope you guys are excited, and I hope you enjoy the content that comes out this year. Hope you enjoyed this video, and of course, stay tasty. Good night. Hugs and kisses.